Hello, in this tutorial we're going to be focusing on white labeling. And white labeling is distinct from branding because within your survey design you can brand a survey with customizing the skin and the logo and all of that. But when it comes to white labeling, we're talking about white labeling the application itself, not just the surveys running on that application. As an example, let me just bring up an iPad. Here's my iPad, and I'm within a survey. Let me click the next button and select a response and click the next button. You'll see the Opinionmeter logo at the top and our color theme and the color of the buttons in the background. That's all controlled within the skin. But let me go back to one of the application screens like you see here, or the info screen that you see there. The logo that appears here is I wouldn't say hard-coded, but it is a different layer in the application. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about white labeling. We can also change the logo so that the application is white labeled to your corporate ID. And so that's the scope of this particular demonstration. So back into the SurveyManager, let's focus on white labeling the SurveyManager, and then we can get into white labeling the device later. So to do this, I'm going to go into the User Management module and go to the sidebar and the menus, and the bottom menu is Customized Branding. And you'll see here we have some options. We can first select whatever account we're working with, and if this were an enterprise account with multiple sub-accounts, you can identify and isolate their white labeling separately and individually. So you can separate that out. It's good to know. And I can view the logo, delete the logo. So all SurveyManager accounts start with the Opinionmeter logo by default. So let's say we want to change that. We would first delete it. Then we would choose a file. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this file here. And it will tell you the file types and size dimensions that you need to make sure your images fit within. Let's say I also want to change the header bar to a different color. So I can go in here. If I knew the hex code, I could just type it in, or go to the color picker wheel, and let's just change it to, yeah, let's change that color, that orange. I can also change the text that appears in the footer bar and the logo that appears in the footer bar. And that's where you would do that here in these two input fields. So let's go ahead and click Save. And you'll notice nothing changed. And the reason is, when it comes to white labeling, you have to log out and log back in. That's important to remember. And it's the only feature in our entire system that requires that. But let's just go log into this account and enter the password. And then let's log in. And now you'll see we've changed the green to yellow, and the logo is also changed. So that's how we can customize the white labeling of the portal itself, the SurveyManager feedback platform. How do we do this on the device side? So let's go on up to the devices, the device tab, go down to the sidebar menu, and I'm going to go to the white label menu. And you'll see here again we would select our account, and then we can select whether it's a phone or a tablet because they take different image sizes. That's the only reason that they're called out that way. And so I can go ahead, and also, by the way, you can input your email address that you would want to, let's say here, this button, send feedback. Right now, the default, it goes to support@opinionmeter.com, but you can put in whatever email address your organization would like the app to go to, those emails to go to, and this is where you would do that. But let's say we want to change our logo on the tablet, and this happens to be a tablet I'm using in the demonstration. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to select this logo, I'm going to open that, and it confirms the file extension. I'm just going to reduce this for a second. And I'm going to save that. And we get a confirmation. I'll bring back up my device, and let's go log into this account because we have to do a connect to server to sync with the server to download the changes. I'm going to do a connect to server. Confirmation, go back, and sure enough, the Opinionmeter logo now is changed to the new white labeled logo. And you'll notice it takes place in all the admin screens, not just the login or return to my survey screen. And now if we had changed our email here in this field, whenever a customer sends feedback, it would go to that new email address. So that concludes the white label tutorial. And as we had mentioned at the beginning, you can white label the back-end web-based portal, which we call the SurveyManager, as well as all of your devices on any of the admin screens that appear on the device app. You can also white label. And by the way, the white label demo, this name here, is controlled by whatever name you give your account. So that, of course, is also able to be modified and controlled by yourself. So that concludes this demo. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.